Hey everybody, Jason Creel, and I want to welcome to the Lawn Care Life YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about a message that I wish that all my lawn care customers would be a certain way, and I think for you guys who are customers and for you that are in the lawn care business, you're going to be able to relate to this message. Stay tuned. All right, so you know what? Some customers are more difficult to deal with than others, and that's part of being in business, okay? You know, the hard part of having a lawn business is not dealing with the lawns, it's dealing with the customers. And that being said, the overwhelming majority of my customers are great, though I do have some that enjoy giving me a hard time for whatever reason. So I had a situation recently where I have some customers, they want me to call them and let them know before I come out to take care of their lawn. So I called a customer, I said, hey, I'm in the area, would it be okay if I come by and do the next lawn treatment on your yard? The customer says, well, what are you doing this time? I said, well, today I'm putting out a pre and post emergent. So the pre-emergent is designed to help prevent future weeds that you wouldn't see until next spring. And the post-emergent is trying to get rid of any existing weeds you have in your yard. Plus, you know, if there's any cool season weeds that's already germinated, it might can get those for you too. So, and the customer says, well, is that necessary? And I said, well, you know, it's going to make a big difference as far as the quality of your lawn next spring. So the customer says, well, you know, if that's necessary, then come on out and do it. You know, and it's like, it's not the first time they relate to you in that way. It's like I'm always on a one-day tryout, you know, like to put it in perspective, I have other customers who say, you know, you're the professional, whatever you think needs done to the lawn, you just go ahead and do it and send me the bill, you know, and that's fine. You know, and I think for whatever reason, some customers have such a hard time saying that. I think they've had a bad experience in the past. So if you took your car to a mechanic and you feel like they overcharged you or did stuff that didn't really need done just to bill you on it. So now for the rest of your life, we're skeptical of all mechanics. They're all out to get us, and I need to, you know, make sure they don't do anything wrong to me for the rest of my life, you know. Well, to some degree on a mechanic, I wouldn't go in a mechanic shop and say, hey, just whatever needs done, just go ahead and do it. You know, I'm probably not going to say that because I just, you know, I want them to at least call me, and we're talking about a mechanic could be hundreds of possibly, you know, up into thousands of dollars. But when your lawn guy, if they're recommended, you know, the lawn care company you're using, and they've done a good job in the past, at some point you have to kind of let go and just develop a little bit of a trust relationship here and not think that they're always out to get you. And that's what I think. I mean, I think not just for me, but for the vast majority of people that I know who are in the lawn care business, most of them really want to do a good job, and their main goal every day is not to go out and take advantage of customers. You know, that if they say, hey, just do whatever my lawn needs, that's fine, you just take care of it, that they're not thinking, okay, I'm going to triple charge this person because they say whatever it needs to do it, I'm just going to make up stuff to charge them for. People, you know, I know there's probably people out there that do that. Most of the lawn people I know do not do that. And so it just makes it a difficult customer relationship. You know, I'm thinking if I'm the starting quarterback for a college football team, which just may be hard for you to believe, I'm actually not. But if my coach comes over before every single drive and says, hey son, you see your mom and dad up in the stands? You throw one more interception, you're going to be sitting up there with them. If he told me that every single drive, that if you got one more chance and you're up there with your mom and dad, then it makes the relationship a little bit tense, you know. I'm thinking, you know, it's not that I'm not trying hard, but anyway, coach, I mean, I'm not trying to throw interceptions, believe it or not. You know, you might say, you know how we went 4-8 last year? From what I hear, if you go 4-8 again this year, you're going to be sitting up there with my mom and dad. You know, so, now don't say that to your coach. But the whole point is, there needs to be a little bit of trust between provider and customer. Okay, lawn care provider and the customer. I greatly appreciate the ones who just trust me. Now, I don't mind for a second if they want to understand what I'm doing. So I'm doing weed control and fertilization. The customer who wants to come out and ask me questions, you know, all right, what's this weed? Now tell me, why are you doing what you're doing? I kind of enjoy those conversations, educating them when I can, you know. And the ones who just want to send me a check and don't care, that's perfectly fine too. But the ones who question you every time, they kind of look at you through the top of their glasses and feel like you're always out to get them, when you've actually never tried to get them. That just, you know, is hard. But I will say this: some of those kind of people, it may take a while, but some of them, after you win them over and gain their trust, and they may be really slow to give you trust because they've been burned in the past. But some of them, after you develop their trust, you'll never lose them. You know, they'll stay with you for years because they have such a hard time finding somebody they trust. If they finally give their trust to somebody, as long as you don't do them wrong, you know, you'll have a customer for life. So, you know what? I'm hoping that happens with this particular customer. Like I said, most customers are great. Some are difficult. If it wasn't for the customers, what would we have? You know, what challenges would there be? Because you know what, we can take care of the lawns. You know, if you're out cutting grass all day, you can take care of the lawn. That's not a big deal. It's all the other parts of running a business that make it challenging and, you know, give us stories to tell. Hope this is helpful. If you hadn't done so, subscribe to the channel. Tell me in the comments if you can relate to this story or not. Am I making stuff up? I don't think I am. Most of the time when I share experiences from my lawn business, I find that many of you can relate as well. Hope it helps. Thanks a lot.